Hello, and welcome to REES. REES stands for Respect, Educate, Empower Survivors, and is a simple, secure online platform for reporting sexual violence. Sexual violence refers to any sexual act or act targeting a person's sexuality, gender identity, or gender expression, whether the act is physical or psychological in nature, that is committed, threatened, or attempted against a person without that person's consent. Sexual violence involves a range of behaviors including unwanted sexualized comments to physical assault. Any person, regardless of their age, gender, or background, can experience sexual violence. REES has partnered with your post-secondary institution to provide online reporting, information, and resources that are specifically customized to your campus. This includes information and resources on campus and in the community, like where to locate sexual assault centers, counseling, healthcare, and more. It's important to remember, although REES is a tool for reporting, it is also a resource for information and campus community resources. In this video, we'll walk you through the REES platform and go over how to access specific features, how the platform works, and the different reporting options. But first, let's quickly discuss how REES relates to you as RAs and how it can help promote a stronger and safer campus community. As an RA, you are a community builder. You have the opportunity to form relationships and build trust with the students and residents. Being prepared to provide these resources can reinforce that you are an available support for students when they're in need. As an RA, you are a resource to the students. Being knowledgeable about the tools and resources available to students allow you to guide them toward resources and reporting options they may need. As an RA, you're also responsible for relaying information about your institution's policies and procedures to residents. You may also be a critical link in the chain of support and response following an incident of sexual violence that impacts a student in residence, whether the incident occurred in residence or not. Students and residents may be adjusting to a new lifestyle living away from home, away from their typical supports and resources. We've asked our youth advisory board members about their previous experience living in residence, and here is what one advisor had to say.
So I was a student who lived in campus residence for 3 years. I lived in 3 different residence buildings, and I found that it just wasn't a community where I felt very safe. They had residence security posted, but they were only there in the late evenings, and they often weren't paying too much attention to who came and went.
Healthy and safe residences are a part of a healthier campus community. As RAs, you play a critical role in supporting students and connecting them to resources, and providing a proactive step in creating a positive residence culture. So, in what ways can REES be a useful tool for you and your residents? One way REES is a useful tool is that it is a trauma-informed and survivor-centered reporting platform. Sexual violence involves an experience where someone's choice of control is taken away. A survivor-centered response is one that puts the control, choice, and agency back in the hands of the survivor as much as possible. Another way is online reporting. Just being able to provide students with an online reporting option gives them freedom and control to disclose their experiences in a way that is most helpful to them.
I think it can be really awkward to talk about an experience like that in person. It just makes things so much more nerve-wracking. And where if it's online, it's just kind of you and the computer. So I think it kind of takes that pressure off, and it takes a lot of worry off too, because sometimes even with the best intentions, we try to react to information like that the right way, but it doesn't always maybe come out the way we want. And especially because every individual experience is different, I think that the ability to have that difference when reporting and honoring that is really important.
REES is accessible. The platform can be accessed from any location at any time, wherever survivors feel most safe and comfortable. This gives another element of control over reporting back to the survivor. REES is available for all members of the campus community. This may include students, instructors, employees, and more. Campus community may be defined differently at each post-secondary institution, so refer to your sexual violence policy for more information. Lastly, the option to submit an anonymous report allows REES to gather critical data about campus sexual violence that may otherwise go unreported. Information obtained through anonymous reporting can enhance policy, prevention education, supports, and security on campus. So what can be reported? Like previously mentioned, sexual violence is a broad term that covers a wide variety of behaviors, including physical, verbal, and online behaviors. Examples may include sexual harassment occurring in person or online, such as catcalling, inappropriate comments, talking, sharing sexually explicit images, or sexual assault. These incidents can be reported whether they occur on campus, off campus, or online. REES can be used to report historical instances of campus-related sexual violence, whether that be days, weeks, or months ago. REES has no time limit to use Anonymous Report or Connect to My Campus for resources and support. Please keep in mind that there may be a time limit for formal complaints under your school's sexual violence policy, so be aware of these limitations. What does creating a record and reporting look like? Before creating a record of your experience, you'll be asked to create an account with REES. Keep in mind, REES doesn't ask for any identifying information when creating an account. With REES, you have the option to create a record of your experience and provide as much or as little detail as you feel comfortable with. You can choose to share this information or hold on to it until a later date. You can also come back to record over multiple sessions, should you wish. All questions when creating records are optional, and you can move at whatever pace is most comfortable to you. You'll be asked questions about yourself, when and where the incident occurred, information about the person who harmed you, and additional questions about whether drugs or alcohol were involved. You can also write a narrative, which is where you can provide information about what happened in your own words. After creating a record, you then have the option to choose from multiple reporting options, or you can hold onto your record until a later time if you're not ready to report today. REES encourages its users to go at their own pace and use the platform in a way that makes them feel comfortable. Now, we'll go over a few of the reporting options with REES. Anonymous reports allow you to inform your institution about campus sexual violence without providing any identifying information or initiating a formal complaint process. Anonymous reports collect the multiple choice questions from your record, and it does not include any information that has been entered into the text boxes or the narrative. The data from all anonymous reports will be provided to your post-secondary institution after each semester to inform policy, prevention and education, and response efforts on your campus. Connect to My Campus. Connect to My Campus allows survivors to reach out to the designated campus contact at their post-secondary institution. The designated campus contact is the person who receives the Connect to My Campus and repeat perpetrator identification reports at the school. They are listed in the REES FAQ under Connect to My Campus. When you connect to My Campus, you can decide how much information you want to share. You may just provide your contact information, or you can include your record. When the designated campus contact at your school receives your information, they will contact you directly to explore what resources or assistance is needed. Repeat perpetrator identification. This feature of REES allows you to provide your contact information as well as the identity of the person who has harmed you. This information will enter a database, and if more than one survivor enters information identifying the same perpetrator, the designated campus contact will be notified. Report to Police is an optional feature that may be available to your campus in partnership with local law enforcement agencies in that community. This feature of REES works similarly to Connect to My Campus. REES sends the encrypted record and survivor's contact information to the designated contact at the police agency, who will contact the survivor to follow up and determine next steps, including initiating an investigation. Finding resources in REES. Like we mentioned earlier, in addition to reporting, REES is also a resource for the campus community. The FAQ of your campus platform contains information about your school's sexual violence policy, procedures, and provides resources on your campus and in your community. The FAQ is available at the top of the page and can be accessed without creating an account. Each campus platform has a list of resources on campus and in the community. Access support at the top of each page. For students who return home or to other communities during midterm break or over the summer holidays, there is an interactive map of sexual assault centers across Canada at reescommunity.com/resources. Privacy and data security. REES values your privacy and data security, and you can know that REES will protect your information. When you use REES, you are in control of how and when you share your information. Like previously mentioned, it is not required to disclose any identifying information when making an account with REES. Records are encrypted and securely stored in REES, and your post-secondary institution cannot access any of the information contained in a record until survivors choose to connect to My Campus. Other resources. To increase awareness of REES within your residence, REES informational materials are available and can be displayed or distributed. Some of these pieces include posters, which are available to put in residence and can be visible reminders of REES, wallet cards that provide a more discreet opportunity for someone to take information about REES, Fast 5 information guides, which is a brief overview of the REES platform and an important resource to have available to all students living in residence. To find REES, use the platform from your school and go to reescommunity.com/campus and select your school from the drop-down list. RAs play an important role in ensuring a residence is a safe and healthy place for students to learn, live, and thrive. For more information about REES or its resources, feel free to contact us at hello@reescommunity.com.